I highly, highly recommend getting real, solid, proper training if you want to be a professional medium. And this is why. So yes, mediumship often can feel very organic, very natural, especially in the beginning of your journey. It could feel like it's almost effortless. A lot of that can also be because, first off, it is natural. It's a natural thing actually to be taking place because it's a soul-to-soul connection. Another thing, and sometimes you've maybe heard of this, but it's called the hook. And that's really where we have this really profound experience when we start developing. And that's really just for spirit to tell us, hey, this is real. But a lot of times I find that mediums have this issue where all of a sudden that changes and it starts to not feel so easy. And here's the thing. I do find that you can get to maybe a certain level without much training. I certainly did. You know, I was doing paid readings. I was doing a good amount of work for a while. And I had only really taken one beginner's class in mediumship. That was it. And I then got to a certain point though, then this is just personally for me, where I felt like I needed help. And it wasn't because I wasn't good enough. It wasn't because of any of that. It was just because, in my opinion, that's really where mediumship, you need it. We can only really take ourselves so far in our development. And there's a lot that you can encounter in this world, especially if you want to do this as a job, that you can't prepare yourself for. It's something that you need training in. And yes, experience is a huge component of that, but oh my God, did proper training help me so much to get through those difficult, challenging things that I don't think I would have been able to without it. I had gotten so in my head and I had a real lack of confidence. I was afraid to do readings at a certain point. And that's when I really decided to commit to long-term solid training, which I am now still going into my 4th year of training. And yes, 4 years. So this is what I'm saying, you know, yes, you can take a weekend class and a lot of these classes will even give you a certificate saying you're a certified medium. That really scares me. But I'm saying years of training, and also like lifelong, which is another video I did. This is something that is lifelong, but to me, if you want to do this well, I really would say commit to a few years. I cannot tell you how life-changing that decision was for me. It took my confidence way up, and I was finally able to face these things that I was so afraid of doing in my mediumship, and it gave me tools to work through it. And so then every time I faced those things that scared me, I was able to accomplish it, and then I became less and less scary over time. And now I'm able to really just continue to build on these structures and systems that I've learned and put in place. And also, even though I do this full time, sometimes I still need support, or, you know, something comes up and I'm surprised. This work has a way of doing that, right? And it's wonderful to have a community and a mentor to just go to if I feel like I'm a little confused or stuck or in a situation where I need a little support. The other thing is that mediumship is really, really sensitive work. I think a lot of times we go into this with maybe good intentions, but you got to realize that if you don't have training to deal with severe trauma or how to handle really, really sensitive situations, you want to be really careful with that because it can be extremely harmful to your clients. There's a real level of responsibility in this job, and you're going to encounter things that are not easy. But that's also why proper training is so crucial with this, because it makes you not harmful to the public. You can still be actively working in mediumship, maybe even giving readings to the public while you're still training. You can do both at the same time, but just keep in mind that that training is always going to help you. So that's just my 2 cents on that. And of course, as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you soon.